Guys, okay, first of all, my blinds are completely closed, and this is what's happening. So we're gonna have to figure this out. Secondly, now that I have so much natural lighting, yeah, I need Botox immediately. So if you could please watch this video, give it a like so I can afford some Botox in 2022, that would be really great. Now the lighting's a little too harsh and now we can see every line, so that's a really good time for me. Okay, let me try and get some less lighting. Hang on. 2% better. For context, I just moved in, so like there's a lot of just sheer chaos happening here right now. Yeah, I have books above my kitchen because I don't have enough space for them, and anywhere else in my bookshelf I have a lot of books. Um, do you see where all of this is my pie chart of money? All of that goes to that and that. My plants and my books and my stickers. I'm not kidding. Like that's literally 90% of my spending next to food. Okay, but for real, let's talk about money. I will put my pie chart maybe bigger here now. I will have to turn around to look at the numbers because I kind of don't have them memorized. Okay, so let's deep dive into each of the numbers. I'm gonna have to look back because I don't have them memorized. But first and foremost, mentorship. What else, smallest to largest? I think that would be good. Yeah, smallest mentorship. I think I took on very, very few coaching people last year. I did very emotionally invested. It was a lot of work. I needed a break. Simply, I think the year before mentorship was like a huge, bigger chunk of my coaching. By the way, I'm opening it up again in next year. Also, oh, by the way, before we dive into all this, and I'm gonna leave this at the end, but like, thank you everybody who watched anything or any of my videos or any part of this pie chart, even if it was just emotionally, like you know, you watch my videos, like it all means a lot, and thank you so much. That sounded really cheesy. I'm very tired. I'm taking 2 weeks off after this and just like chilling. So, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so weird that this little nerd who just like writes for a living and like spends all of her money on plants and books and stickers has any kind of following. That's so crazy. That's so weird. Never thought this would happen in my life. I uploaded for years, nothing, no traction, anything. So it crazy. Anyway, moving on. But mentorship, tiny little sliver in there. Like I said, it's emotionally taxing because I get emotionally involved and I care so much, and then like, so I did a lot less of that this year because that was a lot of emotional investment. The dots on my face are kind of annoying, but we're gonna deal with them. Okay, so that was 1.2% of the whole. This is all of my income for the year of everything, the whole business, the whole enchilada, all of it. And then from there, YouTube. This is why at 2.3%. So this is why when people are like, "Oh, why don't you just like upload a million videos and just like get that AdSense money?" Yes, get it raking in. Yes, and it's like that's why. 2 point like 2.3% of the pie. So that's why I don't worry too much about AdSense. That's why I don't worry too much about swearing in my videos and like, oh, I'm gonna get demonetized. It's like, oh no, take that 2% away from me. That's cool. I will survive somehow. But thanks, YouTube. But obviously, YouTube plays into the other categories along with like courses and products and all of that things. Like it's a part of the marketing thing. I just don't consider it a viable financial investment thing because it's just kind of like 2.3%. That's why. Okay. And then from there, my product's at 2.7 because I don't think I've mentioned Pipeline, my ebook, like in one video this whole, maybe once. I don't have a sales funnel for. By my products, I mainly mean my ebook of 30 days to a full pipeline, which is like, I think it's like 20 something, $29 of 30-day plan. So like $1 a day is how I figured it, of like filling your entire pipeline as a freelancer, getting clients, all the things, all the nitty gritty tactics you can do. You can just pull it up, day 1, day 2, day 3, all of that broken down. But I didn't pimp that out very hard this year. The year before, I think it was like 15% or something on my income. Like, it was a lot the year before, but this year, a lot smaller. I didn't pimp it out that hard. It just was there on my website. And I did not post a lot of content, so my web traffic died a lot this year. So there was not a lot of, the more web traffic you get, the more people click around on your site, the more they buy your products because they're there, they see it. So that was my own fault why that's a tiny little percentage. But to everybody who did buy, thank you so much. I hope it's going well. Okay, 2.7. Once again, power hours at 2.9. I did not push those hard this year. I was very, very busy with client work. Anybody who tried to book many of them, I got a lot of emails that's like, you have one slot open this month. And I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, it was not a, and maybe in retrospect, I should have spent more time like developing that like connection with everybody here and like all of that, like spending more time bonding with everybody. But I went like, as you can see, hard in the client work this year. This was a lot more client work than the year before. I think client work was only like 20 to 30-ish% of the pie compared to like mentorship, my products, all the other things in the pie. So, bit. Let's see. Okay, YouTube. Okay, so those were the small guys. So moving on from there, we have affiliate marketing. Now, I do not do that much affiliate marketing on this specific channel and on this specific brand. I do have a lot of other websites I don't talk about here that much. Some I'm just trying out. Some are not profitable at all in any stretch of the imagination, just because it's fun. I think it's really fun to like stretch your writing chops and write about things and, test building an audience in different areas and different things. But I was surprised at 14% of the whole pie. I mean, that was a lot more than YouTube, which I did not expect. So if you want to get into affiliate marketing, my suggestion is to find ones that pay well. Amazon is not one of them. I know that, I know some people who are doing really, really well becoming Amazon influencers, if that's something you want to look up. Basically, you like do live streams about Amazon products. It's a huge thing right now. Lots of people are making incredible amounts of money off of it. I'm just personally lukewarm on Amazon as a company and how much money I want to make them. Like I'm kind of dancing that line of like, do I care? Do I want to invest in that? Anyway, but affiliate marketing is great. And if you find, especially in the software space, where you can recommend and they give you like a good generous payout, I love a good 30%, 20 to 30% payout like that. That is my bread and butter, which is why it's such a huge chunk of the chart. So if someone's like buying software for $300, you get like $100, like now we're talking. Look for those. I would stay away from, it's fine. You can do affiliate marketing and like electronics and all that kind of stuff, but keep in mind that's going to be like 2 to 4%. And that's hard. It's hard to make that money with, 50 cents every single time you did a sale. It's just hard. Just, think smart. If you want to do affiliate marketing, think smart about it. Affiliate. And then my course, which I spent the whole like first half of the year really pushing, really doing, going through students in multiple months. So that makes perfect sense at like 22%. And that was a big chunk for only doing it for like, the first chunk of the year versus like all year. I have no idea what would have happened if I kept up with the course all year. Because then I took it down because I was going to refilm the whole thing and redo it and then resell it. And then the rest of the pie took over. I really did not have too much client work in the start. Well, I always have a lot of client work, but like, as always, around the holiday season on, from September on, that is when the biggest chunk of client work comes in because it is now sales time. It is like, that is when most companies go from in the negative to in the positive of money, and copywriters are a huge part of that. They're usually doing launches in September. They're doing, selling products in December. If you're in the fitness and or productivity space, December's huge because then you want to grab them when everybody wants to get their life together in January. So you're like vlog to like milk that content by the time that comes, and you start in September generally, depending. But you start setting up those funnels then. So every single time client work is like a little tiny chunk, and then all of a sudden it's like the entire pie. But I know that because I've been doing that for this many years, and those are also the industries I write for, where just like the end of the year is like the hot time. I don't have a lot of like summer kind of industry clients. I think if I was back in the like hiking or like outdoor water space or travel, I think summer would be like a big chunk of the pie, but like all year. But for me, it's just like a small part of the pie, and it's just like at 54%. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is where I made my money this year. Very exciting. That's it. If you guys have any questions on, making money as a freelancer, or any content that you would like me to discuss in the upcoming year, because as of these next 2 weeks, I am planning out the content for at least the first quarter. So if you have something you'd like me to cover, now's your time. Because now it may actually go onto the table in the chart. Otherwise, it may just die in the ideas category. So that is it. That is my chunk of money, and this is why I also recommend for freelancers to, diversify, get out there, do other things, because as you can see, I would have made half as much if I only did client. Well, I guess I could have filled that time with just like more client work, and that's fair. But I think, just giving you a little insight into what I do. So that is it. If you can't tell, moving has absolutely kicked my ass. I'm still tired. I've been done for like a week and a half, and I'm still like, I need a nap. So that is it, guys. I'm gonna go get some rest and recoup for the new year. I'm so excited to talk to you guys more, see you guys more, post more content, more discussions, more chances for us to interact. But that is it. That is all the good nosy details of where I made my money in the new year, and you also get to see my plants. So that's very fun. Bye, guys.